self-driving cars are coming in the future, but some people want to maintain that control in their life. Nissan has a cool way to do that with their brain-to-vehicle technology. Any questions you have, any comments you have, leave them down below wherever you're watching this. I'll address them later on. But first, I want to bring in my first guest on the show. Come on in here. I've got Lucian from Nissan. How are you doing today?
Just fine, thank you.
All right, so on your head, as we can see, we're talking about brain-to-vehicle technology, which I'm assuming most people out there don't know what that means. I didn't know what that means, what that meant until just a few minutes ago. What is brain? Yeah, what is brain-to-vehicle technology? What is that?
So it is building a connection between our brains and the smart systems in the vehicle. And with this connection, what we can do, we can continue delivering driving pleasure, even in manual mode, using even autonomous vehicles. So what we imagine is a future when we still have drivers enjoying driving, even in manual mode.
Right.
This also works to enhance the way autonomous driving works for each person. So it's a very good personalization tool.
Okay, so as like we said, like in the future at some point, self-driving cars are going to be everywhere.
Yes.
And what you're trying to do is allow people to maintain the feeling of control even when they're in a vehicle that's driving itself. Using, what do you have on your head? What do we call this?
So this is an EEG cap that we have developed.
Okay.
In order to be able to use it in the car. Because usually you have like a tons of wires coming out of things like this. So we had to develop this by ourselves in order to look at how our brain works and to be able to predict, for instance, when the driver will be the next movement.
Okay.
If you know that.
So the next move, for example, you're driving, your next move might be you're going to brake.
Or you're going to steer.
Or steer somewhere. So you are sensing what they're going to do so that you can apply that movement to the car.
No, it's not really applying.
Okay.
It's still manual mode. So we're not replacing any steering. We're not throwing away pedals and so on. We're not replacing the driver. We're enhancing the driver. So you're steering, you're holding the steer. Just before steering, our brain is already signaling.
Thinking, okay, I need to steer.
There is a certain signal in our motor cortex that appears before each intentional movement.
Right.
Now we can decode that. We give it to the AD system, which is running continuously behind because you're in manual mode, but the AD system also already knows what it's supposed to be doing. So I don't mean to be rude, but if you're a novice.
Right, some people are novices, okay.
You go on a winding road, first corner fine, second corner fine, second corner a bit slow.
Okay.
And so on, so you get out of the rhythm. With this, every rhythm is brought back. So you can drive for 30 minutes without getting out of the rhythm. And the trick is to synchronize the support with what you're doing. We're not overwriting.
Right.
The overwrite is like, what are you doing? The car is telling you're doing you're a mistake. It's the other way around.
Okay.
It's completely enhancing you. So you feel like you're a better driver.
Right.
All right.
So obviously you're still working on this. This isn't something that we're going to see tomorrow or even probably in a year. When do you think we're going to see this kind of technology like take shape and appear in a vehicle?
Right. So there are two aspects. The know-how that comes out from this, if we can model, like I was saying, how you feel towards the AD mode, AD drive, then we can build very comfortable, very acceptable for any driver AD modes. But in terms of having something physical, so to really have this enhancement of manual mode, we're looking at 5 to 10 years. Okay. Because the basic system, the basic need is to have very, very advanced autonomous system, not 81 or 82, because they're supposed to be enhancing you, not to drive very simply.
Okay. And just so people who are wondering out there, how are you developing this tech today? So obviously, like you said, 5, 10 years down the road, we might start seeing this, but obviously you're doing the work today, you're doing the research today. How are you capturing this and where are you doing this?
Well, they started 6 years. So we've been doing this for 6 years already. Okay. And I live in Japan. I live more than half of my life in Japan. And I built a core team there. But also, in my position, I'm a senior innovation researcher in Japan. And I have this, in Nissan, I have the freedom to look further away. This is why I'm free enough to look in the future.
Sure.
So I've been flying around the world and gathering partners. And I placed researchers in strategic places. So I have a team in Switzerland, in École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne. I have a team in Canada, in INRS. I have a team in Spain. We're working with a venture company called Pitbrain. There is a partner in Germany, and so on. So
you're all over the place.
As you can see, it's different competencies. It's electronics, it's algorithms, it's control. So you need different types of know-how. And I flew around, I gathered the best, and we are here to be the first to present such technologies.
All right, perfect. Let me ask you one more question. Why is this research important? Why is it something that you think that we need to do for the future?
It is my philosophy.
Audience question, hold on. So answer that question, and I'm going to check out what the audience question is as well.
So my philosophy, the first time when I was 18 and I started driving, I said, this is it. This has to remain. So when we are building autonomous driving, if we go to the road, well, you don't need to drive, you can sleep in the vehicle. This is one positive experience that disappears from us as a human race. You can count a few positive experiences. I can tell you 500 negative experiences.
Sure.
Right? So this is something that we have to protect. And I am lucky enough to find, to belong to a corporation that has in its core, in its DNA, driving pleasure. And Nissan will be providing driving pleasure as a core value for the future as well.
Okay, that driving pleasure, again, that's one of the ways, like you said, one of the positives we have from driving, giving you that control back. So we do have a question from the audience. Let me pull it up here. Let's see what we got. Facebook question came in from Jedediah Williston. Hello, Jedediah. He asks, will the headsets come in gold?
In gold?
In gold. You're wearing a white and blue one right now. Will we be able to choose? I mean, we want choice, right? We want the choice to have.
Well, all right. That's an obvious answer, right? Customization is
customization.
There's no issue there, right? You want it, you get it. That's not the point. The thing is, maybe what you would like to know is, are we going to sell this ourselves?
Yes.
Or not, right? Then the position is like this. I am not going to make a business out of this. Nissan is not going to start becoming a EEG manufacturer, right? Because our core is driving experience. So we will be selling vehicles which are brain connected ready. This is how I call it. It is, if you imagine 10 years ago, we were having Bluetooth ready.
Okay, yeah.
Right, you get with your phone in the car.
Bring any device you want.
And better experience, right? Now you have your brain, your connectivity, you get in the car, better experience.
Got it. Perfect. Lucian, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
showing us
Thanks for coming.
this thing.
Enjoy
I appreciate it. And have a great CES show.
And keep driving.
Thank you. I will keep driving. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, come with me back here. I have something really cool to show you. Oh, right here, my friend. Hello, how you doing?
Doing good, thank you.
Let's keep moving over here.
Okay.
Let's get out of the way.
All right.
Huge booth right here.
Oh, where do you want to be?
Right here.
There you go.
Let's keep going back here though. Let's back it up. Really cool tech. What do you have in your hand right now?
Well, first off, this is a translation device, and at Travis, we strive to really break down language barriers. So I think we've all realized in the last 10 years that technology is not the driving force for true connection. It connects us.
Sure.
But with the language barriers, communication barriers, really making those deep, meaningful, collaborative, cross-cultural connections isn't really happening.
Right, sure.
So Travis, this device, translates and speaks 80 languages. There's actually 120, but 80 of them are voice supported.
Can I see this for a second?
Of course.
80 languages. So right here in the palm of your hand,
yes,
you can speak to and translate back and forth.
Yes.
80 languages.
Yes. So the way it works right now is that you set up whichever languages you're going to be communicating in.
Okay.
So in theory, if you spoke Japanese and not a word of English,
yep,
and I speak English and not a word of Japanese, you and I, in our native tongues, can actually have a meaningful connection. We can talk, we can just have a casual talk, we can talk politics, technology, whatever you want.
Okay, so for example, you may be going on vacation
yes,
to another country where they don't speak your native language.
Right.
You could use this. Or
yes,
you could be doing something like a business deal, and
absolutely,
you're having a conversation. You don't want to bring in a third-party interpreter who may
right,
not adhere to a secretive NDA.
Exactly.
You just use this.
And what's great with this is a lot of our mobile devices they're always listening, right? They're listening for the keywords to start up an app or something. this only does the translation piece, so it's not listening in, it's not
Right.
recording anything, it's not storing any data anywhere, uploading anything to the cloud, so you can really have that private, confidential conversation.
Okay, and just one thing I noticed here on the back, there's also a SIM card
Yes.
slot there, so does that mean you don't even need Wi-Fi if you have a mobile
Yes.
connection?
So as long as you have connection to the internet, it will work great. There are about 20 offline languages,
Okay.
but you're not going to get the richness of the translation necessarily in the offline environment. But let's say you find yourself in a little village somewhere, there's no internet connection, or in a case like CES where sometimes that connectivity is a challenge,
Right.
you can still have those conversations and make
Okay.
those connections.
Can we give it a shot? Does it actually work?
It does work.
It does work.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna put this to the test right now.
Okay.
Travis, the translator.
So,
What wait, how many languages do you speak? I speak only English.
okay, I fluently speak.
that okay?
I fluently speak two.
Okay.
But I lived abroad for about almost 20 years, so I can get by. I speak fluent English and Dutch, but I can
Okay.
get by in, if forced, Spanish, French, German. I can speak a little bit of Hindi, understand a little bit of Turkish, some
My
Hebrew.
God. Okay.
Things like
All
that.
right.
So yeah, a
You've
little bit of
outshined me.
Swahili.
You win.
So,
All right. So what are we gonna speak today?
so I'm actually going to tell. Well, I'm going to speak
Can my
Dutch.
role be English?
I'm going to speak Dutch. We're going to try it, and let's. Oh, hold on. Let's go back here really quick. Okay, so you can speak English. I'm
Okay.
going to speak Dutch. Let's see if we get a good connection and we can make
All right.
this happen.
All right.
So, I'm going to start. I'm going to keep it a little bit closer to here. So,
Sure, sure.
Ik ben blij om hier te zijn. Okay, that's not working. Let me try it again.
The Wi-Fi in here is pretty
Really
terrible.
That's
terrible.
putting it really.
Yes.
Okay. Ik, oh, there goes the translation. So.
I am happy to be here.
So
Okay.
that's the Dutch to English, and then what you would do is
So there's a little display on there that also shows
yes.
what
so
was said as well.
yes, so it will record on the device only sort of the last 20 phrases that have been translated. But once you have number 21, the last one, the oldest one pops
So it gets
out.
purged
and-
out, yeah.
Right. So if you are traveling and there is something you're going to be saying a lot, like, do you know where the train station is? Because like in parts of sort of cities like Barcelona,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of little windy streets. So, people are going to give you 20 different directions.
Sure.
You can press the button, repeat it, and continue
So you
on
can
that
find
way.
one of the last 20 phrases and hit the
Exactly,
button.
exactly.
And then let it do that. Okay.
Or
so
if you're introducing yourself a lot.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Travis the translator, is this available now? Is
It is. We had a really successful Indiegogo campaign starting last April until, and we were going to ship around July. We sold about 80,000 units.
Congratulations.
And we're getting those finally shipped out by the end of this month.
Okay.
And then we're going to start taking newer orders. We do have a booth at Eureka Park, so if people want to stop by, there is a special deal if you sign up now for it.
Okay.
And we can get those out.
And what's the pricing just in general? So let's pick one up.
$199.
$199.
$199.
No
That's it.
subscription fee or anything.
There's no subscription fee. Obviously, the internet, or if you have a SIM
Well,
card,
yeah, but I mean,
that's going to change.
that's
but
different,
yes,
of course.
Now, you buy the device, it is yours, free and clear. There's no SIM limitations, nothing like that.
Okay.
And like I said, it really is just about connecting people in whatever language you want to be connected in.
This is cool, and I can actually see here on the screen. I'm not going to try to read the Dutch, but I can see what you said was, "I'm happy to be here."
Yes.
In American, I can do
Yes.
that much. So again, great for business travel, great for personal travel. If you're leaving your native country and don't speak the language to wherever you're going, Travis the Translator is it. Thanks so much,
Yeah.
Rob, for
Thank
showing
you
us
very much.
Travis the Translator. Congratulations on the launch as well.
Great, thank
Good
you.
luck in the future with it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, up next, I have another product I want to show you. Let me get that red box in here, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This right here is called the Nebula, and when you're on the go, when you're away from your typical TV or display screen, what have you, and you want to show something, whether it might be a PowerPoint presentation, you might want to watch a movie. Oh yes, thank you so much. Here's the box. Here's the cap. This right here, this Nebula capsule, does the job for you. So I'm going to turn it on by pressing the power button up top. It's now on. Let me make sure. So if I point it at the floor, oh yeah, yes, here we go. There we go. See, that's the magic of live. So that becomes your projector on the go. It's booting up right now. As you see, it's there. It says Nebula, but The cool thing about this is that built in, so you don't need to provide any other hardware. Built into this device itself, which is running Android 7.0, it's got Netflix built in, it's got, there you can see right there, the TED app, Netflix, YouTube, there's Hulu over there, Spotify, so basically all sorts of built-in apps. You taking that from me? All right, all sorts of built-in apps which will allow you, why am I still holding this? Here, you take this guy. Oh, they focused it for me. Okay, perfect, let's see. No, you did it. It looks worse. Okay, I'm focusing. Oh, look at that, there we go. Now you can actually see. So, file manager, network, settings, screen mirroring. So if you have a device, it'll mirror the screen. HDMI, you can plug in an HDMI device into there. YouTube, Netflix, and there's also an app store. Again, it's running Android 7.0, so theoretically anything that you can run on Android will run right on here. And you just set this up wherever you want to. There is that focus ring there, so regardless of how far or how close it is, it'll work. This is $349 anywhere you are, right away, without having to, again, grab any other accessories or anything, hardware. You can use the Nebula capsule. I'm trying not to shine this right into the TV. I'll give you that. Thank you so much. So that's what I have for you today from the show floor of CES 2018. Like I said, I'll be here every day of the show. If you missed this one, or if you're just tuning in right now, as soon as we're done, you can go back and watch this one again. I'll be here tomorrow at the same time, 12 o'clock Pacific, live from the show floor. I have something cool from a couple of brands to show you tomorrow. Before I get to that though, actually, there's another piece of news I wanted to share. So a couple things that stuck out to me today from CES. Number one, we're in the desert of Vegas and it has been a torrential downpour, which is crazy because Google has a huge booth outside. This CES is all about Google, Google Assistant versus Amazon's Alexa. And Google's booth is shut down right now. It's shut down because of the rain, which is insane. Who would plan for rain here in Vegas? Another cool thing I saw yesterday, Samsung announced a new TV called The Wall. It's a modular 8K TV. It's over 100 inches large. And you can take it apart, you can reconfigure the TV, basically giving you control over your entertainment experience in your home. Don't expect to be able to afford that though for a few years. It's probably gonna be a six-figure cost. I think I have a question that just came in. I felt that. Let me take a look. We have a question about the Nebula. Yes, but what about sound? Does that thing have sound? Of course it has sound. You don't want to watch Netflix on mute. So it has sound built in. It actually has a 360-degree speaker built right into the unit itself. So whether you're sitting to the left or the right or behind it, even in front of it, if you're sitting there, you can still hear your entertainment. And of course, you can also plug it in to another speaker, and it also has Bluetooth built in. If you have a Bluetooth speaker as well, you can use that too. So again, guys, I'll be back here tomorrow at noon Pacific. I'll be here Thursday at noon Pacific as well. I have a cool device from Huawei to show you tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to National Car Rental for bringing me out here, for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Andru Edwards.